Matthew chapter 26. And it was, when Yeshua had finished all these words, he said to his disciples, Ye know that after 2 days the Passover is happening, and the Son of the Man is delivered up to be crucified. Then were gathered together the chief priests and the elders of the people to the court of the high priest, who was called Garth. And they took counsel together that they might take Yeshua by subtlety and kill him. But they said, Not during the feast, lest a tumult arise among the people. Now when Yeshua was in Bethania, in the house of Simon the leper, there came to him a woman having an alabaster cruse of exceeding precious ointment, and she poured it upon his head as he reclined. But when the disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, To what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. But Yeshua, perceiving it, said to them, Why trouble ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she poured this ointment upon my body, she did it to prepare me for burial. Amen, I say to you, wheresoever this announcement shall be preached in the whole world, that also which this woman hath done shall be spoken of for a memorial of her. Then one of the 12, who was called Yehuda Ishkariot, went to the chief priests and said, What are ye willing to give me, and I will deliver him to you? And they weighed to him 30 pieces of silver. And from that time he sought opportunity to deliver him to them. Now on the first day of the unleavened breads, the disciples came to Yeshua, saying, Where wilt thou that we make ready for thee to eat the Passover? And he said, Go into the city to such a man, and say to him, The teacher saith, My time is at hand. I am effectuating the Passover at thy house with my disciples. And the disciples did as Yeshua appointed them, and they made ready the Passover. Now when even was come, he was reclining to eat with the 12 disciples. And as they were eating, he said, Amen, I say to you, that one of you shall betray me. And they were exceeding sorrowful, and began to say to him, every one, Is it I, Lord? And he answered and said, He that dipped his hand with me in the dish, the same shall betray me. The Son of the Man goeth, even as it is written of him. But woe to that man through whom the Son of the Man is betrayed. Good were it for that man if he had not been born. And Yehuda, who betrayed him, answered and said, Is it I, Rabbi? He saith to them, Thou hast said. And as they were eating, Yeshua took bread, and blessed and broke it, and gave to the disciples, and said, Take, eat, this is my body. And he took a cup, and gave thanks, and gave to them, saying, Drink ye all of it, for this is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many into remission of sins. But I say to you, I shall not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. And when they had sung a hymn, they went out to the Mount of the Olives. Then saith Yeshua to them, All ye shall be offended in me this night, for it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall be scattered abroad. But after I am raised up, I will go before you into Galilee. But Petro answered and said to him, If all shall be offended in thee, I will never be offended. Yeshua said to him, Amen, I say to thee, that this night before the rooster crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. Petro saith to him, Even if I must die with thee, yet will I not deny thee. Likewise also said all the disciples. Then cometh Yeshua with them to a place called Gethsemane, and saith to his disciples, Sit ye here, while I go yonder and pray. And he took with him Petro and the 2 sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and sore troubled. Then saith he to them, My soul is exceeding sorrowful, even to death. Abide ye here, and watch with me. And he went forward a little, and fell on his face, and prayed, saying, My Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass away from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. And he cometh to the disciples, and findeth them sleeping, and saith to Petro, What? Could ye not watch with me 1 hour? Watch ye and pray ye, that ye enter not into testing. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Again a second time he went away and prayed, saying, My Father, if this cannot pass away except I drink it, thy will be done. And he came again and found them sleeping, for their eyes were heavy. And he left them again and went away, and prayed a 3rd time, saying again the same words. Then cometh he to the disciples, and saith to them, Sleep on now, and take your rest. Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of the Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Arise, let us be going. Behold, he is at hand that betrayeth me. And while he yet spoke, lo, Yehuda, one of the 12, came, and with him a great multitude with swords and staves, from the chief priests and the elders of the people. Now he that betrayed him gave them a sign, saying, Whomsoever I shall kiss, that is he, take him. And immediately he came to Yeshua, and said, Be thou rejoicing, Rabbi, and kissed him. And Yeshua said to him, Friend, do that for which thou art come. Then they came and laid hands on Yeshua, and took him. And behold, one of them that were with Yeshua stretched out his hand, and drew his sword, and smote the bondservant of the high priest, and struck off his ear. Then saith Yeshua to him, Put up again thy sword into its place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Or thinkest thou that I cannot beseech my Father, and he shall even now send me more than 12 legions of messengers? How then should the scriptures be fulfilled, that thus it must be? In that hour said Yeshua to the multitudes, Are ye come out as against a robber with swords and staves to seize me? I sat daily in the temple teaching, and ye took me not. But all this is become, that the scriptures of the prophets might be fulfilled. Then all the disciples left him and fled. And they that had taken Yeshua led him away to the house of Caiaphas, the high priest, where the scribes and the elders were gathered together. But Petro followed him afar off to the court of the high priest, and entered in, and sat with the officers to see the end. Now the chief priests and the whole council sought false witnesses against Yeshua, that they might put him to death. And they found it not, though many false witnesses came. But afterward came two and said, This man said, I am able to destroy the temple of God, and to build it in 3 days. And the high priest stood up and said to him, Answerest thou nothing? What is it which these witness against thee? But Yeshua held his peace, and the high priest said to him, I adjure thee by the living God, that thou tell us whether thou art the anointed, the Son of the God. Yeshua saith to him, Thou hast said. Nevertheless I say to you, henceforth ye shall see the Son of the Man sitting at the right hand of the power, and coming on the clouds of the sky. Then the high priest rent his garments, saying, He hath spoken blasphemy. What further need have we of witnesses? Behold, now ye have heard the blasphemy. What think ye? They answered and said, He is liable of death. Then did they spit in his face and buffet him, and some smote him with the palms of their hands, saying, Prophesy to us, thou anointed. Who is he that struck thee? Now Petro was sitting without in the court, and a maid came to him, saying, Thou also wast with Yeshua, the Galilean. But he denied before them all, saying, I know not what thou sayest. And when he was gone out into the porch, another maid saw him, and saith to them that were there, This man also was with Yeshua, the Nazarayo. And again he denied with an oath, I know not the man. And after a little while, they that stood by came and said to Petro, Of a truth thou also art one of them, for thy speech maketh thee known. Then began he to curse and to swear, I know not the man. And immediately the rooster crew. And Petro remembered the word which Yeshua had said, Before the rooster crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. And he went out and wept bitterly.